Jealousy. Jealousy, one of the lowest frequencies any person could ever have in their auric field. Jealousy. And you know what's sad? A lot of the times it's not your enemies who get you, it's always your own people. Literally, you abandon yourself each time you make a decision that doesn't honor your spirit. Literally, you abandon yourself each time you stay in environments with people, places, and things that don't honor your spirit. So it's like, you gotta forgive yourself. You gotta work on forgiving your inner child, forgiving the old you who didn't love and have that self-worth and self-respect that you have now. Like, in a New York minute, bruh, if anybody ever disrespected me in one way, bye. Boom, door in the face. Hell nah. Fuck no. It's 2025. We ain't doing that here, okay? I know my worth. I know my self-respect. I worked on myself. You don't know how much pain it took to be this at peace, okay? You don't know how much betrayal it took to be this at peace. Wounds to wisdom. I love myself. I'm obsessed with myself. I'm a queen. I put myself before anybody and anything. It's me and God, okay? So, you gotta forgive yourself for making decisions that didn't respect your spirit and soul. It's blasphemy almost when you think about the places and the friendships you stayed in. It's blasphemy to think that you even stayed in those relationships that long. It's an insult to my spirit, even thinking that I stayed in those friendships with that family member, that jealous cousin, with that childhood best friend for that fucking long. Gave them those so many endless chances where they were just snarky, slandered my name, made these evil jokes, made these very jealous, envious sentences in the form of jokes. It wasn't a joke, they literally meant it. So, a huge step of my journey this past year has been to forgive my old self for making decisions that did not honor my spirit from back in the day, okay? But I didn't know better. I guess it's the learning process, because I was brought up from my father, very spoiled. I was always dialed in. I always had like 2 G's in my debit card all the time. I always had cars all the time, brand new whips when I was a teenager. So did my older brother. So our dad spoiled us, okay? We were spoiled. I was spoiled. So I was generous. Like, the money that my dad gave me, I spent on everybody. You know what I mean? And I just thought that that's what you do for people, because I'm a natural, giving, loving person. And once you realize your self-worth, baby, once you do your inner child work where you understand that you're the bag, you're the money, you're the baddie, once you do the self-esteem, your solar plexus work, because that's where our solar plexus, that's where our power comes from. That's where your self-worth comes from. That's where your I attract comes from, is the solar plexus. You need that spinning, okay? You need that spinning like crazy, your solar plexus. Because if it ain't, you're like Khloe Kardashian 2021, okay? And I don't care what no one says. That bitch went and got knocked up with her son, knowing that Tristan had his baby mama already knocked up. I don't care what no one says. The times I added up, she went and got knocked up. She didn't care. She's a desi. She's a desperado. Her low self-worth, Khloe Kardashian 2021. Bruh, that's the definition of the low self-worth woman, okay? Someone whose solar plexus is probably not even spinning, okay? So I don't want you out here being no damn desperado-ass Khloe Kardashian 2021, okay? I need you to be your highest, most greatest self in this life, because I love you. And I want you to see how powerful you are. I want you to walk into rooms and own that bitch without even trying. It just happens. Because your power, your aura speaks for itself to the point where people won't even want to disrespect, won't even want to bother with, won't even think about it. Because your aura just speaks out so hard. Don't fuck with me. Your auric field speaks so loud. Strong AF. Strong AF. Okay? Solar plexus, I attract. You need that, because we don't chase. We do not chase. I attract. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am good enough. Your self-esteem and self-worth, we need that spinning like crazy, okay? Because once you heal this, old friendships, old jealous enemies in the form of best friends, in the form of best coworkers, in the form of childhood friends, all that jealous and hate and envy is gonna wash away. And you're gonna go through the growing pains you're gonna go through a lonely period, because when you wash away all these toxic ass environments, people, places, and things that you stayed way the fuck too long for, first of all. You grace them with your beautiful, energetic, starlight presence. They're so blessed to even breathe the same air as you. Now that you know your worth, now that you know that you bring the table, you bring the whole, you bring the mansion that holds the table, now that you know your worth, you do not F with that. Yeah, maybe you'll make an appearance for some cash, okay, for some money, flow, some currency, but besides that, you know your worth now, okay? You know where to go. You go to the fancy restaurants, you go do what you gotta do with your girlfriends, you guys talk business, goals, and expansion. The old musty, crusty dusties from your past, they talk about drama. This went on in town, this went on in the city, blah, 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 blah. Talking about their own best friends, and then they spend time with you, and then they're like, but what you been up to? Why the fuck would I tell you what I've been up to after you just slandered your whole entire best friend around me? Hell no, I ain't telling you ish. So that's kind of stuff you got to start questioning. Your friendships, who do you surround yourself with? Because literally, I cannot even say this enough, you are the 5 people that you spend time with. So you always want to upgrade, spend time with people that are where you want to be, because you are worthy of those circles. You are worthy of that network. You are worthy, you're deserving, and you're perfect. All right? All right? So forgive yourself for settling in environments, people, places, and things for way too long. Forgive yourself. Forgive those jealous, envious, snake eye, evil eye, monitoring spirits. Forgive them and swerve them. Swerve them. Become very, very picky with your life. Become picky with your life and your energy, because you're the bag, you're the money, you're the baddie, okay? In my own life, not to get too graphic, but I have had so many times where I've had to take the swords out of my back. And it was the betrayals beyond belief. And it was never my enemies. It was always my own people. People that I loved with my whole entire heart and soul. Best friends. It was best friends. Many times the jealous and the envy came from folks who I observed as really great people in my life, who I took in as really great people in my life. And I was so naive. And I was so rose-colored glasses to the jealousy, to the underlining comments, to the snarky, mean comments that was decorated in a joke. And it wasn't a joke. It was actually really sinister and lethal ass shit. And I was so naive, because I have a big heart, and I always see the greatness in everybody, the love in everyone. And I honestly didn't realize the hate, the absolute hate they had for me, until the real pressure, until the real stab in the heart, and that's what broke it. But it took me a lot since I was a teenager, because I've always been a baddie. And that's another thing, I was an ugly duck. Like, I literally was bald. Like, no ass hair, with my initials in the back of my head, bushy ass eyebrow, you know, like the typical tomboy. I excelled at sports. I was just like a typical, like a boy, like a tomboy, and I was bald as F. And like everybody back home's like, yeah, Bob was a boy. That was my nickname, Bob. So like, as soon as I hit puberty, all of a sudden I just started noticing the shift in women and men. Like, I would have to volunteer at basketball tournaments, volleyball tournaments since I was little, because my stepmom would put on volleyball tournaments. She was really involved. She was dialed in, and I remember I'd have to work the front and blah, blah, blah. And then I would have to work the basketball tournaments, and they were province statewide. And I remember when I started hitting puberty and I started actually wearing mascara and being a girl, tweezing my eyebrows, growing my hair out, 14, 15 years old, men started treating me different. Boys, the guys started treating me different. The women, bruh, I remember sitting in bleachers and minding my own business watching a basketball game, and that whole front stack row of women who were older than me, like 5 of them, they were like the pretty girls, were all gunning me down. And it was brought to my attention from my girl Missy, who was beside me, saying, Cherish, look, they're all staring at you with hate in their eyes. And I looked, and they were sure as shit. As soon as I looked at them, all 4 or 5 of them looked away. And I was like, oh my God. So just things like that I always noticed. And they hated my guts. They all hated my guts. Would talk, slander my name, would talk really bad about me, like say that I smoked cigarettes butts, here's a couple, said I smoked cigarette butts off the ground, said I had herpes, said I slept with every guy. Literally, I only slept with 2 guys when I was by the time I was 20 years old. Like one guy, two guys. So it was unbelievable, the slandering and the hate and just the evil envious. Like it was unbelievable, like the hatred from women, from jealousy, from snakes, people at my work, women at my work, writing me up on things because I had a bikini picture on the front of my phone. Okay, I literally had myself in a bikini on the front of my phone, and I got called into the office because one of the girls, big girls, was very insecure, I guess, and wrote me up and said that I had indecent, improper images in the office in front of clients. And I'm like, bruh, what? What stuff? You know what I mean? Things like that. Coworkers writing me up for the most crazy things because they hated me. They're jealous. They were jealous. And I was so naive, and I was always so nice to them. I gave so many chances to people back in the day. I was such an overgiver. I gave so many chances to people who really, really tried their hardest to destroy me. And that's something I had to work on this year, was to forgive myself for not knowing better. Like to forgive myself for betraying myself. Literally, you abandon yourself each time you make a decision that doesn't honor your spirit. Literally, you abandon yourself each time you stay in environments with people, places, and things that don't honor your spirit. So it's like, you got to forgive yourself. Forgiving the old you who didn't love and have that self-worth and self-respect that you have now. Like in a New York Minute, bruh, if anybody ever disrespected me in one way, bye. Boom, door in the face. Hell nah. Fuck no. It's 2025. We ain't doing that here, okay? I know my worth. I know my self-respect. I worked on myself. You don't know how much pain it took to be this at peace, okay? You don't know how much betrayal it took to be this at peace. Wounds to wisdom. I love myself. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. Stay kinging, stay queening. I love you.